What's going on, fam? Today we're on a drive to go back to my hometown. It's called Jaro, Leyte. But at this particular footage that you're seeing, this is the new Provincial Capitol Building for the province of Leyte. For the longest time, the Capitol Building used to be located in downtown Tacloban, but now they have since moved. And we are on this diversion road. This is a new road. If you've watched my previous video, I showed you my old college. This is close to that old college. So let's go. This particular drive, we are driving to my old high school. Again, in the previous video, I showed you my old college, but now we're heading over to my old high school. This building up ahead, this is already in my old high school. Well, I can technically say this is a part of my old high school, but this building wasn't there before when I was still going to school there. Now, you might wonder, that's a tall building. Is there an elevator? Well, not that I know of. I'm not sure if they do, but hey, if you happen to be on the top floor, if that's where your classroom is, then quite an exercise for you. Going up and down the stairs. So here it is from a different perspective. There's a lot of things that have changed here already. We passed by those tricycles. Before, when I was still going to school here, I'm not sure how long ago that was already. Maybe 12, 13, maybe 15 years. Who knows? Now, anyways, the reason why I pointed that out is because when I was going here, there was not a lot of motorized tricycles. You will see them more here. You probably have noticed them already before. Back then, there's just like regular tricycles, like the ones you have to use your brute force, your manpower, because you just have to pedal just like a bicycle. But now there's a lot of motorized tricycle. By the way, back then we call it pedicab, and I think that's just how you call it still. Nothing has changed when it comes to that term or terminology. So this is it. This is the front of my old high school. It's called Granja Kalinawan National High School, Jaro, Leyte. A lot of things have changed here already. That big building, once again, was not there before when I was there. So you see these tricycles. Lots of motorized tricycles here already. Very rarely do you see like the actual pedicab where you have to use your brute force to get the pedicab going. There's a pedal that you have to, just like a bicycle. Anyways, this is an elementary school, but we're not really going to highlight this. We're just going to turn around here and come back around because we're going to do a complete I guess I would say drive around this town. Now, we're not going to drive through all of the streets and corners of this town. I'm just going to highlight a few that, meant something to me or I have memories about. You see those tricycles? Yeah, back in the day when I was going to this high school, nothing like that existed before. And again, I may sound like a broken record here, but you can imagine the excitement I have. For the longest time, I was away and have never seen the progress one step at a time by that high school. But anyways, at 5 o'clock, that's usually when we finish school. This street right here, this particular street, is flooded with students from that high school because we just walk. Some people have motorcycles. Some people just ride pedicabs or tricycles. But long story short, this right here is riddled with lots of students. There's also a second high school here in this particular town. It's a private high school, and I will show that to you later. That building to the right wasn't there before. And I guess I mentioned already in the previous video, with time comes change, and change comes improvement. Hopefully improvement, because not everything improves over time. And one of those or I guess one of those. Um, I guess I would. What's the opposite of improvement? I don't know. Destruction. Who knows? Anyways, I'm at a loss for words here. But we're gonna turn right here because obviously we cannot go through on that street. This area right here, I used to hang out in this area before with my basketball friends. Sometimes I try to when I get bored at school, I cut classes too, just like a normal student, a high school student would do. And me and my friends would end up playing basketball for hours. So usually, sometimes we don't even we don't even finish school. Like at 12, there's a lunch break, and then we don't come back. We just play basketball. Sometimes we come back. By the way, this building right here is the private high school. I'm sorry, I got so distracted. But in the Philippines, I know I have you guys are probably wondering why I'm speaking English here when I can speak perfectly in Tagalog. It's because I have a lot of subscribers here that don't know how to speak Tagalog. But anyways, that building, that private high school that you saw earlier, it's right next to a church, and this is a pretty common thing you will see here in the Philippines. Not all private high schools are close to or just situated right next to a Catholic church, but a lot of them, okay? And we'll go to a different town in the next videos, and I'll show you again that kind of setting. But anyways, the church here, or the private high schools in the Philippines, are working hand in hand. Sometimes it's even the church that is funding them, but one way or another, private high schools are usually either funded fully or partly by the church or somehow affiliated with the church. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So don't quote me on that. This particular building right here, this is the Municipal Hall of Jaro, Leyte. A lot of things have changed already. They really painted this building white. Now, this white wall that you see in front of us, this used to be the spot, because we used to sell ukay-ukay before. So that's basically used clothing or secondhand clothing, however you want to call it. But that white wall obviously before wasn't there. It's just gravel, and it's an uneven land. It's basically going on a slope because it's uneven, and we used to have our ukay-ukay store there. That's the left side, right across the street. Apparently, they have already built a gymnasium here, or a function hall, however you want to call that, but that's a gymnasium. So if there's a summer league, summer basketball league, or whatever type of sports league, the organizers or the municipality can think of, they hold it there. Now, we did not get a good look of that gymnasium, so we're gonna go ahead and turn around and take a better footage of that gymnasium. So this particular house, I used to live in this. We used, as a family, myself and my family back home, we used to live in that house. And this particular house, right next to it, there was a motorcycle mechanic there. I'm not sure what happened, because I used to bring my motorcycle there each time I needed some service on it, or to get some service done on it. Now, this house, from what I've heard, is now the house of the sitting mayor in Jaro, or his parents. And again, I'm not sure. It's been a while, so I may be ignorant in what I'm talking about here. So if you're from Jaro, Leyte, and you're seeing this video, just correct me and write down complete information and details down below in the comment section below. This place still looks pretty much the same. This house used to be here before, or I mean, it still is, obviously, but there was not a store there before. It's just an authorized outlet for playing lottery. Chooks to go is still there. Masarap kahit walang sauce. Which is true. But Elena Bake Shop, They are now in front of this Ina's Bake Shop. I used to eat here a lot with their spaghetti and um, a whole bunch of different bread and pastries that they sell there. Now this area has really improved a lot. This one wasn't there when I was still living here, and there was an old house. Anyways, going back to what I said earlier, there's the gymnasium here. That's it. It's pretty. It's like it's finished now, and there's paint. It looks like it's properly maintained. That building there with a blue roof right next to the gymnasium, that's the library, a public library. And this is the road. If you take this road all the way, it will get us out of this town. I'm very pleased with what happened to this place, Jaro, Leyte. I used to hang out here a lot. Like I said, this is where I went to school or to high school. So I'm very, very pleased with what happened. Speaking of with time comes improvement, this is what I'm talking about. When I was there, that place was regarded as one of the beautiful houses in town, at least according to me, and according to my standards, because it was just a massive and beautiful house. When you look at it from the outside, I didn't get the chance to actually go inside, but long story short, that place was there. I'm not sure what happened to it. So in that regard, it wasn't true that with time comes improvement, because that one was completely destroyed. We're gonna end our video here. Until next time, see ya.